Hello guys, welcome back to my lecture on application of Pythagoras theorem. In the previous lecture we had discussed on the theorems that are involved in this lesson, or all the theorems that we will be using in this chapter. Okay, so I hope you are all thorough with the theorems. Okay, so abhi what we will do is we will try to apply those theorems in the sums that we have studied. Okay, so the first one that we will be seeing now is Pythagorean triplet. Okay, we will see what is Pythagorean triplet. Okay. Okay, so the numbers that are given to us is 4, 4, 9, 4, 9 and 12. Okay, these three numbers are given to us, 4, 9 and 12. Okay, it says, are these numbers Pythagorean triplet? Okay, are they Pythagorean triplet? Okay, are they Pythagorean triplet? Okay, so what is the method? Method is that you have to square the biggest number. Okay, 4, 9 and 12, which is the biggest, 12. Okay, so we'll write 12 square. Okay, we will square the biggest number. So it is 144. Okay, then you have to square the remaining two sides, sorry, remaining two numbers. Okay, 4 square plus 9 square. Okay, remaining two numbers square, and then you will get 16 plus 81. Okay, 4 square is 16 and 9 square is 81. So this gives you 97. Okay, we can see here that here 12 square is not equal to 4 square plus 9 square. Okay, of course they are not equal. Therefore 4, 9 and 12 are not Pythagorean triplet. Okay, so they are not Pythagorean triplet. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay. Okay, so now I have taken another question related to Pythagorean triplet. It says 5, 12 and 13. Are they Pythagorean triplet? Okay, so we will square the biggest number. Square of the biggest number, that is 13 square is 169. Okay, then remaining two numbers, addition of the square of remaining two numbers. So 5 square is 25, 12 square is 144. Okay, this gives you 169, right? They both are equal. So we will say here 13 square is equal to 5 square plus 12 square. Therefore 5, 12, 13 are Pythagorean triplet. Okay, Pythagorean triplet. Okay, clear? ठीक है. Okay, this question may come for 1 or 2 marks. Okay, so it is very basic question. Okay, so let's go to another question. So this is the diagram in front of you. The name of the triangle is DFE, and we can see that DFE is a right angle triangle. Okay, right angled at which angle? Right angled at F. Okay, and from F there is one more perpendicular on the hypotenuse. Okay, this FG is perpendicular on DE. Okay. Okay, so they have asked to find EG. Okay, they have asked to find EG, FD, and the third part is EF. Okay, we need to find these three parts, EG, FD and EF. Now I hope you remember this, that if you have a right angle triangle and from this 90 degree you have one more 90 degree here, right? ये 90 degree में से और एक 90 degree hypotenuse पे बनता है. So then there are two things that we can think of. One is geometric mean and the other is similarity in right angle triangles. Okay. So first we will apply geometric mean and we will find this GE. Okay. So we will write here that in triangle DFE, angle F is 90 degree. Okay. Or else we can write angle DFE is 90 degree. Also FG perpendicular to DE. Okay, therefore by property of geometric mean Okay, by property of geometric mean, what can we say? We can say that fg square is equal to dg into ge. Okay, we can say that fg square is equal to dg into ge. Okay, so we know that fg square is 12 square, dg is 8, and ge we have to find. So 144 is equal to 8 into ge. Okay, therefore ge will be, okay, 144 divided by 8. Okay, this 8 will come down. So 144 divided by 8 is how much? 8 ones are 8. 8 8s are. So answer is 18 units. Okay, the value of GE is 18. Okay, I'm writing here so that we can use this for further calculations. Okay, so I will erase this now. Next is, okay, so we have found this EG. Now to find this FD, say FD is here, either you can use Pythagoras theorem. So you can see this triangle. Okay, you can see this triangle. Okay, this triangle is right angled. See, it is right angled here. Okay, so this triangle is right angled triangle. So of course you can apply Pythagoras in this triangle. Okay, but what I will do is I will try to solve this sum by similarity in right angled triangle, so that we can discuss that question, that theorem as well. So here we can say that triangle DFE is similar to triangle DGF is similar to triangle FGE. Okay, by similarity in right angle triangles. Okay, by similarity in right angle triangle. Okay, so let us choose this two. So from here we get DF upon DG is equal to FE upon FG is equal to DE upon DF. Okay, this is CPCT. Okay, let us substitute the values which all we know. We don't know what is DF. DG, where is DG? Yes, we know DG is 8. FE is unknown. Okay, GF is 12. DE, okay, see this whole DE, we know it is what it is, 8 plus 18, so of course it is 26. And then DF, okay, DF is not known. Okay, now how do we solve this? Let us use the first this part and this part. Okay, let us solve for this two. Okay, if I cross multiply this first and the last ratio, I will get DF square is equal to 26 into 8. Okay, so DF square is 26 8s are, so it is 208. So square root of 208 is how much? Square root of 208. How do you solve this? How will you find square root of 208? By factorization method. Okay, factorization method. So 2104, 252, 226, 213, 13 ones. Okay, since this is a square root, we will group two same numbers. So this 2, 2. So 2 and 2 will give you 4. And this 13, there is no pair of 13. So 13 will remain in root. So answer is 4 root 13. Okay. Now we have found this value. DF is 4 root 13. So if I substitute here or here, then I can solve this two. ये दोनों solve कर सकते हैं. Okay. So let me use the first and second. We can say that 4 root 13, 4 root 13 upon 8, 4 root 13 upon 8 is equal to FE upon 12. Okay, first let us reduce this. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 2 ones are 2, 2 6 are 12. So FE is 6 root 13 units. Okay, this is also units. Okay, so we have found FE matlab EF, FD. Okay, so instead of applying Pythagoras in both these triangles, I have applied similarity in right angle triangles and easily got the answer. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So we can move to the next sum. Okay guys, so this is the next sum that we have. Okay, the diagram is very easy to identify, to understand. Like this is 30 degree, 90 degree. Okay, of course the remaining angle, this angle R, will be 60. Okay, why is it 60? Because sum of all the angles, when you add all these three angles, it is always 180. Okay, because it is a triangle. Now since it is a triangle, this is 90 and this is 30, so 90 plus 30 is 120. So how much angle remains? If you subtract 180 minus 120, you will get 60. Okay, so this angle becomes 60. Now how will you write that this angle is 60? Okay, let us write it here, that in triangle PSR, okay, in triangle PSR, angle P plus angle S plus angle R is 180. Okay, sum of angles of triangle. Okay, sum of angles of triangle is 180 degree. We knew angle P is 30, angle S also we knew, we did not know angle R. Okay, so this is 120 plus angle R. So the same thing that we discussed. Okay, we are just writing it. Okay, in exam you need to write everything, what all information you are finding on your own. Okay, so we get angle R is 60 degree. Okay, so this triangle becomes 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Okay, ये triangle अभी 30, 60, 90 degree triangle बन गया. So of course if this is the 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, then of course we have to use 30, 60, 90 degree theorem. Okay, what does it say? It says side opposite to 30 degree, side opposite to 30 degree, that is this side, is half hypotenuse. Okay, so we will say that triangle PSR is 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Okay, therefore SR is half PR. Okay, SR is half PR, therefore SR, what is SR? 6, half of PR. Okay, so from this gives you PR is 12. Okay, this gives you PR as 12. Similarly, you can also say that PS, okay, PS is here, this is PS is in front of which side, which angle? 60 degree. Okay, we know that side opposite to 60 degree, that is PS, is always root 3 upon 2 hypotenuse. Now to find PS, we already know the value of the hypotenuse, which is 12. Okay, so root 3 upon 2 into 12, so 2 ones are 2 6 are, so 6 root 3. Okay, I hope it is clear. See, the calculations are very easy, only the thing is you should know the theorems. Once you know the theorem, see, we could solve the sum very easily. If you knew that side opposite to 30 degrees half hypotenuse, then what's the big deal in that? It is easy, you have to just write SR is equal to half PR. But you need to write all these theorems on the page and remember it. Whenever you see a sum, you should be able to recollect it. Okay. So this is the show that question, that is prove that PQ square is 4PM square minus 3PR square. Okay. So you must be thinking that how can we get such type of result that PQ square is 4PM square minus 3PR square. Okay, by seeing the diagram you cannot guess that such type of result can come. Okay, so you need not worry, you have to just start with the question. Okay, since you can see in the proof that there are squares. Okay, so you need to think that which theorem has squares. Okay, which theorem that we studied has squares. and that is, you can say, and you can also see that this PM is the median. Okay, this PM is the median because this PM divides this RQ into two equal parts, RM and MQ. Okay, so we can say that in triangle PRQ, PM is the median. Okay, PM is the median. Therefore, by Apollonius theorem, we can say that PR square plus PQ square is equal to twice PM square plus twice, you can write RM or MQ, I'll write RM square. Okay, so theorems तो पक्का होना चाहिए, तो ये समझेगा कि why did I apply Apollonius. Okay, see, we wanted PQ. In this proof that we wanted PQ, we have PQ. We wanted PM, there's PM. PR है PR. Okay, the unwanted part is this part, RM square. Okay, so let us keep it like this, RM. Okay. Now we can say that in this triangle, in triangle PRM, angle R is 90 degree. Okay. So therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, we can write PM square is equal to PR square plus RM square. Okay, right? So what was our thought process, that I want to remove this RM. Okay, so let me make RM like this, RM square is PM square minus PR square. Okay, this PR went on left side, so RM square, we have got PM square minus PR square. So we have to substitute this in place of RM. Okay, we will substitute this in place of RM. Okay, so we will write here substituting 1 in 2. Okay, sorry, I've written reverse. Substituting 2 in 1. This result we will substitute in 1. Okay, so therefore PR square plus PQ square is equal to twice PM square. इतने तक तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, plus twice PM square minus PR square. Okay, I will continue it here. So now open the brackets, you will get PR square plus PQ square is equal to twice PM square plus twice PM square. Okay, this is also twice PM square minus twice PR square. Okay, minus 2 PR square. Okay, if you see this, show that only PQ square is on left side. So PQ square left side में, तो ये PQ square इधर, and this PR should come on the right side. Okay, so PQ square, okay, PQ square is equal to, see this is 2 PM square, 2 PM square, so it is 4 PM square minus 2 PR square, and this PR will come on left side. Okay, this PR will come on right side, so minus PR square. So we get PQ square is 4 PM square minus 3 PR square, and thus we got the result. Okay, very easy. So there must be a proper thought process to get the answer. Okay, the question might be easy or difficult or any way round. Okay, but there must be some start to the question. Okay, ठीक है. Now I will discuss one more small sum and then we will end this class. Okay, so this is the question. It says that in this triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree and also AB and BC are equal. Okay, so what type of triangle it is? When two sides are equal, we can say that it is an isosceles triangle. Okay, and what is the isosceles triangle property? The side opposite to the equals, the angle opposite to the equal sides. Okay, the angle which is opposite to the equal sides, like if these two angles since these two sides are equal, the angle opposite to this angle and ये side का this angle. Okay, so this angle and this angle they both are equal because ये दोनों angle क्या है, equal side के opposite में है. Okay, so we can write here that in triangle ABC, AB is equal to BC. It was given. Therefore, triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Is an isosceles triangle. Okay, so this gives you a result that is angle BAC is equal to angle BCA. So we will write angles opposite to same sides are equal. Okay, angles opposite to the same sides are equal. So if they are equal, let us assume it to be x. Let angle BAC is equal to angle BCA is equal to x degree. Okay, so this is x or ये भी x. So therefore x plus 90 is 180. Okay, so therefore 2x is equal to 90 and therefore that x is 45. So thus triangle ABC is 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. Okay, this is also 45, this is also 45, 90. So since this is a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, we can apply 45, 45, 90 degree theorem. So what it said, side opposite to 45 degree. Okay, this is 45, this is also 45. So side opposite to 45 degree, that is AB and BC, they both are equal and they will be 1 upon root 2 hypotenuse. Okay, so it is 1 upon root 2 into root 8. Okay, since they share common root, same square roots, so let us write it like this. So 8 upon 2 is 4 and square root of 4 is 2. So AB and BC, they both are 2 units. Okay. Okay, so you can practice all these questions. Surely, I hope I have explained you with ease and with comfort and with easy language. So you can rewind the video and see it again if you have not understood any step. And still any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Okay. Till then, take care. Bye bye.